One hard bastard ride, double hard bastard ride. Don't magic, no gadget. Good morning, traders. Welcome to Framework Fortune. So, we had a long weekend, making us have another short week here. Yesterday, I really did not pay much attention to the NASDAQ. I didn't take any trades. I didn't even look at the NASDAQ till midday because of other things going on. But I did notice towards the end of the day, the NASDAQ was having a little rebound. You know, it's had a little bounce off of that. Well, we're building a little bit of higher lows, but off of that 11.5 area, which we were looking to hold if the market's going to try to rebound and reverse. We do have this uptrend started, but the overall uptrend on the whole year is still really down, and we're still ways away from that. I mean, we're not even close to the 200 yet. We're barely even close to the 50-day. There's nothing bullish about this at all yet. Now, if it can come all the way up to 13,000, break 13,000, break this 13.5 of the downtrend, then the stock market might have a nice rebound. But until then, this means nothing at all. The last couple of days of this little rebound, this little tiny uptrend that's just starting possibly, you know, the overall picture is showing us we're still downtrending. I know there's things going on. Oil's down. People are expecting earnings and things like that. And the Feds with their interest rate hikes are going to do anything. And I highly doubt it. But anyways, let's see what is actually happening here in the low floats in the stock market. Look like all the metals down at the moment. High floats. Let's see. Nvidia is up 1%. Make sure that wasn't any. Nope, that was right on that one. Top 10 cent NASDAQ gainer list. We got IINN. Okay, they got some PR. Non-invasive blood sensor to alert real time. I don't like this. For one, there's a big red flag right there at the end. Potentially. So none of this means a damn thing. It's all hearsay. It's potential. And this thing is running right into the 200-day, got rejected off, and is right here, you know, open in this middle land where I hate taking any trades at. Anytime a stock opens up just in the middle of a go, even with this nice big gap up, I mean, it's just floating right here in the middle, and it can fall back down to the 50. Maybe it could break the 200. Highly doubt it, but we'll see. But I don't like this play. I'll put it on the watch list to keep it on watch, but I don't like it. BTCSG, no volume on that. HGEN, that's been going straight up, but a lot of resistance in the way of that, and it's a little bit higher float. SRRK. See, we're seeing a lot of rebound just because the NASDAQ is rebounding. That's what a lot of this is. Veru. Should need to redraw my trend line. More like something like that. Bring that down some. So Veru is still in this nice triangle. Does have a short downtrend, and it needs to break its testing today, or it'll come back down and test 12. Nothing there at the moment that interests me, but Veru is one at some point. Could get another move. STTK. What is this? Shattuck Labs. They just had some earnings. They lost in the Q1. That's Q1 loss. They're just putting out the Q1. I don't like that. Let's go to low float scanner. INN's at the top of that. REVB. This doesn't look as bad. may already be on the watch list. I think it is. IFRX. I don't like that. I don't like Roblox. EVFM. Still getting that pop up. This is the pop I was looking for. At least some of the pop I was looking for last week that this thing could not get. I end up taking a loss, just a small loss on EVFM, I think, last week. But it's still, when you scroll up on this monthly chart, get back here, or not monthly chart, but the daily chart, it's still uptrending and kind of getting squeezed between the 50 and the 10. You're getting a nice little U shape starting to form there, a little curl. So EVFM's got to break basically 150 though. It's just slowly taking its time getting up there. So maybe later in the week, contraceptive stock, KIZA, I don't like nothing there. RFP, that looks like that was a reverse stock split. No, they're being bought up, so nothing there. SIGA, I don't know why people are not still watching SIGA. This thing is bullish. It has broken the downtrend today and got held up at 1450, but we may see it try to come back up and test 15. I am interested in SIGA. And there's also more monkeypox cases. Alright, the rest of this crap I don't like. Shipper pumpers. See PSHG, that's not doing anything. Mid floats. EOSU. This is an energy stock. EOS Energy Prizes. 2 new orders with Bridgelink Commodities. Okay. Now they got a backlog of 460 million. That actually is good PR, so we'll put that on there. That's not too bad. I don't mind the pattern. It hasn't broken out yet. Actually, look at this double bottom here. We got a beautiful double bottom. Nothing wrong with that. But could be a head and shoulders. Head, shoulder, shoulder. It needs to break up over. I don't know. I don't like that head and shoulders, but is it a head and shoulders or a double bottom? That's the question. Because it is the lowest it's ever been, just bouncing off of $1. Yeah, I would say that maybe. Yeah, with those 2 good orders too. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think this may try to break. If not today, maybe this week. Could be a good play. It's got actual good PR on it. Alright, now let me go through my list here and see what's happening. INN, start narrowing down these plays to my focus of the ones that I want to watch. Also, I need to fix this stupid setting. Alright, whatever. Okay. Now, INN's looking like a head and shoulders. Head, shoulder, shoulder, and it's starting to go red right here. If it drops, oh, this is the one I don't like. I don't like this one, and because that 200 and everything I said earlier. Now I'm just taking this off the list. I want nothing to do with that thing. That thing just looks like garbage. Oh shit, REVB just ripped up. Just now put that on the watch list. Or it was on the watch list, but I haven't watched it yet. That's okay. Alright. Interesting. I want to see some type of little pullback here at 150. This might be a play. Fact. Break at $2, we could get all the way up to at least 3. Is the float on this 15 million shares? Come down for me. I want to give that a little pullback. I want to give it some time to try to pull back, but it may not. The volume is just starting to come in. Let me scan through the rest of these really quick, but I'm liking what I'm seeing there so far. EOSC, that's the one with the other thing going on, but not right at this moment. That is curling down on SRRK. EVFM coming down. PEV Not doing anything yet. Siga coming down, but not a pattern yet to look for there. ACCD, what is this? I don't even know, don't care. Clove, that's one Lori's been watching. Still in that triangle, actually trying to pop out of that triangle. It's got to break that 250 on the 300 day. Let me turn this. Wow, have I been talking this time and you guys haven't heard anything? I just now realized my mic was turned off. I feel really stupid. Anyway, what's up, Lorley? Daniel B. What I don't know what's going on with VAULD. If you can throw that up there, or what is the press release or something. So we did get a rejection first time off of 150. Um, Basically, all I've said is that the Nasdaq is not looking good. Like it's rebounding, but the overall picture, I mean, it's not really rebounding. You know, we're in this massive downtrend. 50 days above it, 13,000's above it, 14,000's above it. Maybe because the NQ has this little uptrend, maybe it tries to push up to 13, but I highly doubt it. That's all I said about the NQ, and then I was just going through all the rest of those stocks that I was looking at to see which plays I like better. The IINN play I do not like. I just took it off my watch list because it's multiple reasons, and I'll show you why. I'm gonna just let this do its thing for a second. Like I said, if it comes back, I'll probably add. I think we are gonna get this 150 reject. Well, maybe. Nope, there it goes, starting to break 150 right now. Okay, we are getting some rejection, but nice power so far. Well, bid stacking at 150. Let's see here. This is why I went ahead and jumped in half shares at this place because I wasn't sure if this is going to try to break now, if it's going to have a pullback. But the problems with the IINN play, because I know HH was watching this morning, but I absolutely hate this play. Here's why I hate it. It's opened up right in the middle of no man's land, right in the middle of everything, and it got rejected off the 200. It could fall down to this 50-day moving average. It could come back up, get rejected off the 200. In either way, I don't like it. It's just in the dead man's land, and right now you've got a head and shoulders forming on the 15 minutes, so it's about to dump off. But that's all I was saying. That's pretty much all you guys missed, besides me just running through my list of stocks real quick and cutting them out. All right, back over here to RVEB, though. So we've got a pullback. I'm going to go onto the hour chart now. Yeah, I'm way off on this hour chart, off this trend line. It's all the way back down at 105. If we don't break... If we break down... The only other play that I liked is the ZOSE. A little bit higher float, but they got a bunch of new orders. They more than doubled their backlog to over 460 million. That's real good. Also, the INN play had some PR, but that PR was trash. In the middle, in the headlines in that PR, it said potentially. That was the key word, the red flag to me, not to even mess with it. And then you got all the chart patterns. So whatever that play is that people's been watching, IINN, I don't like it. I don't like it not one bit. It's got everything going against it. Okay, so we are getting that little rejection here. Some decent buyers. Looks like trying to stack still at 143 right at my entry. Okay, starting to come back down. Where are we going to come back down to is the question. 125, $1. You know, $1 strong. Actually, you got previous support right through here from last Thursday at $1.30. Those bodies at $1.40, so it's trying to hold this new support or this previous support. The bottom of those are all about 132. So if it comes down to 132, 125, starts to hold, I may look to add EOSE. Still nothing on that yet, but these EMAs are starting to somewhat line up. SKYH. Not too much volume, but if that breaks back over 6, that could become a play again. How's PEV doing? PEV cracked under. Alright, I'm just going to stay on REV. Now we do have a downtrend possibly confirming here. If we still got 6 minutes on this 15-minute candle right now, but if that confirms red like it is, we may have a drop all the way back down to $1 here. Possibly still fighting that 130 area though. All these buyers are coming in off that previous support. See, is 130 going to crack down? What's the NQ doing? NQ. Oh yeah, looks like the NQ's it couldn't even get up to 11.9. Gosh, it got rejected at 11.9. Not even 12,000 at 11.9. You got a triple top right here on the 15-minute today on the Nasdaq. Top, top, top. I would say we are coming down. All right, that is a problem. So we were watching all that upward momentum. Now momentum may be leaving. It looks like it's left a lot of stocks at the moment. But we still got volume just now ramping up on this. There we go. Come on down. I'm going to grab some here at 125. Bring my average down. A lot of buyers coming in here. I'm going to go ahead and add some more. All right, now my entry's down to 137. You want to drop down a little bit more? If it comes down to $1, I'll even hold it down and take it off at $1. But I think that 125 is probably going to try to hold for a little while. I'm going to wait for this candle to close before I add any more. What is going on? You never even told me what's going on with VLUD. Looks like a Lamborghini trade. Sure. Sure, if you can make Lamborghini money off of a dollar stock, I mean, I guess. I know you're being a smart ass, but that's okay. What is the VLUD thing going on? You just said something random. Vald. I'm even Googling what you're talking about and I don't even see it. Is this in stocks and cryptos? What is this at? Vald, I build wealth automatically with crypto. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's nice. Vald that nobody uses started buy and sell crypto and earn up to 11.5. Nobody's using this shit. No wonder. Dude, if that is some type of basis for an argument against crypto, Daniel B, I can tell you now that it's not going to matter. Nobody's using that. I've never heard of Vault. I guarantee their user base is not over 1 million. So nobody cares. Nobody in the crypto cares. 11% is a joke. If you are in a centralized exchange like that, then yes, you're going to be subject to them regulating and making you have to do things the same way that you are in a centralized stock market exchange like TD America, with a broker like TD Ameritrade. Vault is just a broker. It's not an exchange. Or it is an exchange, but it's not an exchange. It's a simple swap thing. Like that type of website can be made in 15 minutes. There's plenty of those. But that company is like the lowest, smallest company that I could think of. Like I said, I'd never even heard of them. And any real crypto person is not going to be messing with that company. That's the thing you don't understand, Daniel B. You haven't done your research. We have plenty of exchanges that are decentralized that the government can't tell them to do anything because there's nobody who owns them. So that's not I'm not even, that's as far as I'm going to go with that. That's not an argument for anything against crypto. That's just dumb. It's just you found one news story about one centralized exchange doing some stuff, and you're going to base your whole theory off of cryptos being tulips off of that. one centralized exchange going down. Okay. Have fun with that, bud. Alright, so RVEB did crack that 125 at the moment. Okay, now we're opening on this next candle. Let's see where it goes. Nah, Voyager's not going bankruptcy. Okay. Y'all want to play this game? Let's play this game. Since y'all don't know about decentralized exchanges, I'll teach some crypto while I'm waiting on the stock to do what I want. Y'all can learn some things today. Maybe you'll stop with your nonsense. Trying to use a centralized exchange that nobody's ever heard of is just a joke. That's just funny. Osmosis has way more exchange on it. So here we go. Here's Osmosis. That's one. Here's Juno Swap. That's another. Here's Shiba Swap. That's another. Here is, what else is decentralized? Here's Sushi Swap. Oops. I'm just going off the top of my head. I'm not even Googling these. This is 4 so far that I've pulled up of decentralized exchanges that no governments can do anything about. 4. Way bigger exchanges than whatever Vault was, and these are decentralized. Even Shiba Swap is bigger than. I mean, look, look at all the tokens, the cryptos that you can swap for on Shiba Swap, on Shiba. This is nothing. You guys need to do some more research. I'm not going to keep telling you this. You're not going to try to catch me up on cryptos with one centralized exchange going out. Now, you want me to keep going? I can keep going more. Let's see. Gravity Dex. That's another one. That's Gravity Dex, Juno Swap, and Osmosis, all just in the Cosmos ecosystem. So here's the Gravity Dex on Emrys. This is another swap. Actually, that one's on hold at the moment. Not a big deal. Oh, they're still building it and stuff. Okay. So that one's not live yet. Gravity Dex used to be, it was live, but they took it down for the moment while they're developing. Oh, let's see. What else? How many other swaps you want me to pull up of dexes? Here, let's just Google dexes. There's a Crescent Dex. That's the Dex tool. So Crescent Dex, there's you another one in the Cosmos ecosystem. So there's now 5 up there. Let's see what else we got. Pancake Swap, that's another one. So there's 6. What else do we got? How many other decentralized swaps? Let's just Google it and see how many come in. Crypto dexes. Okay, so list of decentralized exchanges: Dex Guru, DYX, 1inch, AirSwap, AnySwap, Balancer, Bancor, BISC, CalSaps, Curve, DDDex, Diversify, Dodo, Ellipsis, IDEX, JellySwap, KyberSwap, Liquality, Maca, Mesa, Oasis, PancakeSwap, Paraswap, QuickSwap, Radium, Saber, Serum, Slingshot, SushiSwap, TokenLawn, Total, Trader Joe, Uniswap. Whew! Those are all just the top ones that this article named. Nobody cares about the centralized exchanges. This is the whole point of crypto. This word right here. Decentralized. We don't care what the banks are doing. We don't care what the governments are doing. That's the whole point. The whole point of this word. Decentralized. These exchanges have way more volume than Vault ever did. I can guarantee you that. But there you go. You learned there's a whole bunch of dexes and your nonsense means nothing. Feel better now? Yes. You don't. Well, it depends. Which decentralized exchange you want to use depends on which coin you want to invest in. Because it depends on the blockchain. If you want to buy Ether or you want to buy something that's on Ether, then you would go to some type of Ether exchange. It just depends. If you're looking for a Binance project, then you go to the BNB Smart Chain. Go on PancakeSwap. If you're looking for Cosmos ecosystem coins, I showed you 3 different dexes, but you don't hold. Here's the thing you guys are missing. You don't hold your coins in that exchange at all. Your coins are held on your wallet. The government cannot get this. That's what I keep telling y'all, so I keep shaking this damn thing around all the time. Same thing with MetaMask. There's other wallets too. Like all these right up here are wallets. So there's MetaMask. This is one I use for just moving money around. And you can see I don't really have much in this one. But that's just on Ethereum. With MetaMask, I can switch to the Evmos chain. You can see I have some staking positions and liquidity pools, LP right there. All my coins are in here, except the only way you would keep your coins on a decentralized exchange is if you put them in the liquidity pools. So at that point, they would be out of your wallet, but liquidity pools, you get all the exchange fees of everybody swapping, and you usually get a high APR for being one of the first to provide liquidity to be able to let traders trade and buy these coins. So that's one wallet where Evmos is in. Here's my Binance Smart Chain BNB, and I have this is actually one of the tokens I created that's garbage. I need to burn it, but I have wrapped PKT pool on PancakeSwap. There's 11 Cake LP tokens. I own right now about 0.02% of the entire liquidity pool of wrapped PKT BNB on osmosis. So I'm going to get, quite a bit over time from all those exchange fees. Ronin wallet. This wallet's for Axie Infinity. I'll show you what I mean here. I got to remember my password. There it is. So I have 5 Axies. These are NFTs right here. Right? I don't have much money in this because I only used it just to get Axies while they were super dirt cheap. And Axies is a play to earn game, but you can see I got my 5 Axies, my NFTs, they're in that wallet. Same thing with Kepler, which I don't even want to show y'all my Kepler because that thing's where the main majority of all my stuff is, because that's my Cosmos ecosystem. But yeah, here's another wallet. This is for the Solana blockchain. So you don't keep, that's the thing. That's what I've been trying to tell you guys. You don't keep your money in an exchange with decentralized exchanges. You keep your money in your wallet unless you're putting it in a liquidity pool. That's the only thing. How do they pay the APR? The APR is paid usually from the tokens, but it depends. Okay, this is why I'm saying there's going to be, like, every single business, every single sector is getting. We may pull back to $1 on this, but every single sector is getting replaced by blockchain. So it depends. If you're staking to a proof of stake chain, then it's going to depend on the chain, but you're staking to secure that chain when it's a proof of stake chain. So like if you stake Ethereum, you're staking Ethereum to secure the chain, to secure all the blocks, the data that's being transferred. So in that case, which actually I don't stake, let me use Cosmos because I stake a lot of Cosmos and all those coins in that ecosystem. So when Cosmos or any other chain is created, there's going to be the supply of the cryptos, the currencies, right? So as the liquidity pools fill up, more volume, more demand comes in, then a lot of these projects will release the coins through staking. Usually the whole supply is not put out right in the beginning. Part of the original supply is kept for staking rewards. So that is to begin the project and continue to let it build up. Now, once they get built up and all the supply is out, the staking rewards will, or as the supply continues to run out of the staking rewards, the staking reward percentages will go down. But with Cosmos ecosystem, you are going to continue to get airdrops. And whatever, once the whole supply is out, there's not going to go to zero staking. It's just the staking APR will shrink. It'll probably go to like 10% again on Cosmos, on Atom, because if the price goes up higher, right? If the price of Atom goes from $5 or $7 right now, actually it's $9. $9, I'm going to add some here. I'm going to go ahead and hit 100. Now I'm down to 134. Looks like it's trying to bounce off of the 125 area. I forgot what I was talking about. Let's see, I got a lot of questions here. APR can be adjustable depending on the project. it depends. But for Cosmos's sake, the APR adjusts usually above inflation, but the payout comes from staking from the nodes, the validators. Once they validate a block, the protocols will pay the validator. The stakers stake to the validator to give the validator more voting power and more power to secure the nodes. So if you're a validator, if you're validating nodes for blockchains, you're actually making really good money. It's something I'm looking to start doing, is validating from some smaller chains. But all it is just your computer is your node. You would be a validator. You would run that blockchain all day long. Make sure that there's no problems. Blocks are passing. Like, you don't have to sit there and continually watch and watch and watch. But if you have like an alert or something that comes up, oh, something's wrong with a block, we've got a block of data coming through that doesn't match the previous block of data, then that validator would come in, send the message out to everybody else, something's wrong with this block, we need to push this block back, get this bad data out of here, and get the chain back rolling again. It takes like a split second in reality to do all that. But those validators, for securing the data of the blockchain, get paid out by the protocols in the blockchain. And they get paid out quite a bit to do that. So then when you are the staker and you stake to those validators, you've lended them your money, they are going to pay you back part of those fees that they collected from the blockchain for validating. And that's what staking is. So it's not an easy question to answer. How do they calculate the APR? Because every single chain is different. It depends on multiple things. Like, for example, Immutable X, IMX token, which is a layer 2 on Ether. This is what I'm covering on the Framework Fortune Crypto channel. IMX is not even its own blockchain. So it doesn't need validators and nodes. It uses Ethereum's validators and nodes. So that type of staking that IMX is doing is not so much, it's not the security of the blockchain. IMX is a NFT marketplace. It's an exchange like Thinkorswim for stocks, but or a no, it's not like Thinkorswim. It's more like NASDAQ for NFTs. That's what Immutable X is. And if you stake your IMX tokens, there's not a staking percentage. There's not an APR like the securing the chain staking. The way you get paid by staking IMX is you get paid for you get a part of the fees for every single transaction that happens on the Immutable X exchange. Every single one. There has been at least, I don't know, hundreds of millions of dollars in the last couple of months alone traded on the IMX platform. So that's a different type of staking. So you're it's almost like buying a stock, a dividend stock, right? Like Immutable X, you'd be getting in, you'd be buying it, and you'd be holding it, and then you would just continue to get revenues from the Immutable X platform. Same thing as if you was to go buy Apple, and your Apple generates revenues as a company, and they pay those. Does Apple have a dividend? Let me use Apple. Screw Apple. What has a dividend that I know of? Intel. We'll say Intel. Intel, you buy into the shares. Depending on how many shares you get is going to be dependent on how much dividend you get. And the dividend is from the revenue that they make. So it's really no different whatsoever. That's why I say there's not much of a difference between any of this. The stock market, assets, cryptos, it's all the same principles. All this stuff is the same. There's just different words. Like, instead of, you're literally, when you hold a dividend stock, you're almost staking. It's almost the similar thing. You have a stake in the company. You have shares in the company. Blockchain, same thing. When you stake, you have a stake in that project. You have a stake in that technology. You own a piece of that technology, and you're going to get paid out for it. No different than the stock market. There. I think I got all that out. If there's no demand, then what do you think is going to happen? What's up, GD? So I base my bet according to demand to gain APR? No. I don't know where you even came up with that. No. No. For one, it's not a bet. I'm not betting on anything. I'm buying technology. Okay? I'm buying the newest technology for moving data. This is data, all on Thinkorswim, what we're watching right now, the stock I'm trading. All these colorful lines, these colorful candles, this nice Christmas red and green we got going on, all this stuff is just data. That's all it is. And blockchain is a faster, more secure, more efficient way to move data. So all I'm doing is buying into the new technology that moves data faster and better and secure. And I only get the projects that I like. Well, that's not all I'm doing. There's quite a bit I'm doing in crypto right now. Yeah, technology. Blockchain technology. You know, do I need to go over how blockchain works? Why the technology is so powerful and why it's worth so much money? I need to explain that to you too. I can real quick. I mean, I'm trying to stay on stocks here, but can I explain? Some woman made fake bitcoins and traded with on an exchange. No, that's not possible. And also, you listen to CNBC, which is like one of the worst propaganda news channels in the world. Send me the link to that article. If you can send me the link to that article, I will rip that article to shreds right here on the stream with facts, big facts. It's CNBC. I already know. I know what they're lying. I know what they're trying to get at with that article without even reading it. So as soon as I can see that article, matter of fact, this is the thing. You gotta stop watching all this propaganda, Daniel B. If you're getting your information off of CNBC, bro, you're you might as well be in a gas chamber right now. And I don't mean like a mean gas chamber. I mean you might as well just be in a chamber full of people farting in there while you're just standing there smelling their farts, because that's what you're going to get from CNBC and all these other mainstream medias. Just going to get a bunch of bullshit wafting through the air. Let's see if I find this. CNBC woman makes fake Bitcoin. You can't even make that's not. I don't even know how. This. I can't wait to read this article. I hope I can find it. Okay. Okay. So this is your news source. I didn't even get to that article, but here's your news source, CNBC. This right here was in majority of Bitcoin trading is a hoax. New study finds. This was from CNBC in 2019. My 95% of spot Bitcoin trading volume is faked by unregulated. Bitcoin is only one coin. So again, I ain't even got to the article you're talking about, but just looking at these CNBC first couple articles, they're just garbage. They're just garbage. Reddit. There's a Reddit for all the fake news on CNBC. There you go. All right. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. Let's see if I can find this. Billions in crypto locked up in lending platforms may turn into a tax write-off. Well, yes, that's how lending works. If you are in debt, then you don't pay taxes on it. Uh, Bitcoin family says they lost 1 million on their investment this year, but sold a lot at the peak. So they lost 1 million, but they probably made 10 million. Like, this is the stupid shit I'm talking about. Crypto broker Voyager. Oh, wow. No, I didn't see this about Voyager. Now, One Life, you said this about Voyager. Let's see. Pausing all customer, temporarily suspending customer trading deposits and withdrawals according to statement released Friday. This was a tremendously difficult decision. Right one given current market conditions. Oh, well, Voyager is now not going to be on anything that I promote. I'm going to have to... But Voyager was a Canadian, an American company. But Trudeau was on his ass like the rest of the... Oh boy. Actually, this is bullish. Let me go and make sure the stock ain't crashing on me. Shit, it is crashing more. I didn't hold 115. Let's see if we can hold 115. We still got this uptrend. I'm gonna add a little bit more here. See if I can get down to about 125, 131. Nope. Okay, so I got 120. Did NQ start dying? Yeah, NQ's pulling back. We need to see that rebound a little bit. Or RVB is going to keep coming down. Is everything coming down? See, SIGA holding right above 13. Got a little bottom on that 1 hour chart. Got to break that downtrend, re-break a 13, and SIGA could start moving back up. UST clone. But yeah, I couldn't even find that article you're talking about, Daniel B. I found other articles, but like this Voyager one. But again, Voyager's a centralized exchange. They're just I mean, there's nothing they can do if you're a centralized exchange. The same thing that these crypto companies are facing, the stock companies are going to face the same thing. If the market starts dropping real hard, like real hard, and they have to halt the markets, you're going to have some issues. But the problem that these centralized exchanges are having is that they don't have the liquidity to hold up these pools, these trading pools. And why is that? Because they don't give you the option to put in the liquidity pool. They don't give you that option on those centralized exchanges. When you hold on a centralized exchange like Coinbase or Voyager, and they're giving you 10% or 3% or 2% interest on just holding tokens, that's because they're actually staking them to the validators and also to the liquidity pools, their own liquidity pool, and that is not sustainable for centralized exchanges. That's why the decentralized exchanges are fine. They don't care about none of this. The liquidity provided by the decentralized exchanges is provided by us. Like I said, I provide plenty of liquidity pools. That's why I don't care that the prices are down right now in crypto, because people are still trading them. I'm still getting exchange fees from people trading on Osmosis, on JunoSwap, on that. The reason why them having low interest and let's see, what do we got? 5 minutes on this candle. This needs to bounce. I'm not liking the bearish engulfing candle here, swallowing this whole previous green candle. That's usually a bearish indicator, but we are still on this uptrend. Looks like 110 is trying to hold as some support. We need to see it hold this uptrend and start to curl back up. and we will be good to go. But if it cannot hold this uptrend, then I got to get out. Wait, I'm going to let this candle close before I do anything. I'm getting ready to probably put a stop loss in, but I'm not sure. Okay. If there's so many blockchains, why would there be value? Good. Well, not all stocks are valuable in life, but Rob making a good point there, uh, saying that same reason as people have all types of art have value. But my explanation, I mean, that was a good point, definitely. But the explanation, let me read this question again, make sure I got this right. Okay, so there are so many blockchains because everything around you, the whole entire internet, is data. Data, data, data. It's data, data. Think about your phone. Your phone is full of data. All your apps, all your text messages. It's just data. It's just code. Your computer, your Thinkorswim is just data. It's just code. Not one single blockchain can handle every single sector that has already been built by humans across the whole entire world. Blockchains can exist in multiples because, for one, you'd rather have some competition. You don't want just one blockchain. Like if Google's Hedra hash graph bullshit somehow becomes the top crypto, then we're all screwed. Like that's not what you want. the top blockchain. Because then Google will have control over everybody's data like they do now. That's the point of this decentralization, is to take your data back. Data privacy. When you hit accept terms and conditions on anything, go and read those terms and conditions, and you will see in there, no matter what the app is, Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade included, they take your data and they sell your data, right? So that's what decentralization is trying to get away from. But when everything is data, everything is ran on, like, think about your local, your city, not, or if you're in a county, just the smallest level possible. Think about what they have there, hundreds of, well, maybe not hundreds of years, but 50, 60, 70 years of data. Where do they have it stored? Do they have it stored on their crappy old computers? Probably not. They still got it filed in filing cabinets. That is paper. Just for filing and storing data, blockchain alone can change that whole everything. It is better for holding and transferring data. And then you don't have big filing cabinets, giant computers with servers to hold all that data. It's all in the cloud. It's not taking up energy like those big computers are. It's not going to have somebody who works at a small courthouse in a small county who forgets to file a piece of paper that was supposed to let you out of jail on a certain day, and then you end up being there 3 or 4 days later. That is a real story that happened to me in my past. That is a problem. Not only is that a problem, that is extremely illegal. You cannot keep people who served their whole sentence and got a sentence finished and was supposed to get out, and then you don't let them out for 3 or 4 days because you had a filing cabinet. That's just one terrible example. There's so many, like anything you think of, anything, TV, anything that is data or code, which is everything now, is better, quicker, and more secure on blockchain. Any blockchain. Compare. Like everybody thinks banks are safe. How many times has Citibank got hacked in the last 2 years? Or Chase or any of these others? They get hacked on the monthly. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cosmos Atom, and that ecosystem, you're not going to find any hackings as much as you are those banks. There are banks already across the world. Austin knows a lot about this. XRP Ripple is being used by a bunch of Japanese banks. They are using blockchain technology to do simple money transfers because money is easy data to transfer, right? Simple move. All you're doing is saying, I'm going to move this amount of crypto, this amount of US dollar, this amount of whatever. You're going to move it from over here to over here. That's the easiest use for blockchain technology. That's why cryptocurrencies are the first part of it. But the currencies are not the important thing. The currencies are just a small part of the blockchain technology itself. That's what you got to understand. The currencies are depending. I mean, like I said, that IMX, it's only a project on Ethereum that's focused on NFTs and PTE gaming. That's it. So just like you have stores, okay, here's a perfect example. Is there one brand of shoes out there? No. There's tons of brands of shoes. Is there one internet service provider out there? No. You got Spectrum, Comcast, fiber optic, Starlink, all this stuff. Why would you even think there would be one blockchain and that's all there would need to be? That's not the case for anything. Like literally you can't name one thing in your life right now where you just need one of, right? You can't just drink one cup of water and live. You're going to need more cups of water. You can't just eat one cupcake and live. You got to continue to eat food. We can keep going on this route, but this should be pretty simple points to get. REVB bouncing off of that trend line right there. We'll see if that can continue. What do we got? 12 minutes left. I'm going to keep an eye on this for a minute because it's getting kind of sketchy. Well, actually building a higher low so far, but again, we still got quite a bit of time in this candle. We got 12 minutes on all candles closed, including this 1 hour. So what I'm going to be looking for once this candle closes, as long as it closes above the uptrend and doesn't crack this uptrend here, if it closes above the uptrend, the next candle that opens, I want to see be a big green thick candle that goes up and breaks 150. And that would be a bullish engulfing candle over this little, this previous red candle. If we hold up right here. We got to hold up. We still got 10 minutes. We do not want to crack this right here. All right, let me get to some of these comments. Yeah, there is insurance in crypto. Sure, Daniel B. Sure. All of cryptos will be erased. All of blockchain will be erased. It's a good joke. Ha 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 ha. Oh gosh. So Daniel B, right now the global crypto market cap is 900 billion. according to Coin Market Cap. Almost $1 trillion in market cap. So you think $1 trillion that have been turned into all this other money instead of dollars is going to be erased? $1 trillion so far? And we're in a down market. When Bitcoin and all that was in the top peaks, this was way more. This was a couple trillion. So we're in a down market where you think it's going to crash, but we still have at least a crypto market cap of $1 trillion, just about. $1 trillion. Not a million, not a billion, but $1 trillion. You think $1 trillion is just going to be erased? So the insurance for crypto is new. I'm not big on that yet. There's very few projects working on it. It depends on the insurance, though. There's health insurance. There's also investors insurance. Oh God. But I don't know much about those. I haven't looked into those yet because I'm more into no, Daniel B. The money was not gone. The money had to go somewhere. So you're telling me in 2001, 90% of the money was just gone. It just disappeared. What you just said was the hedge funds, 90% of hedge funds was gone. That's not money. That's a hedge fund. There's a difference. So if the money is gone, it wasn't gone, it wasn't erased, it went somewhere else. Which is what I'm telling you is happening now. What I've been telling you. The money that is leaving the NASDAQ and these other assets is going somewhere else. That's why they're all crashing. Where is it going? Well, cryptos have already crashed and they're at pretty low lows for the year. And if you look at the monthly charts, Bitcoin and Ethereum are still on their uptrends, even after being down 100% on the year. Because the 100% that they're down this year was from a 30,000% run beforehand. 100% down is nothing compared to something that rips 30,000%. Okay? But the money did not go anywhere in 2001. Like, where did it go? You think it just disappeared? Like, it just went poof, it's in there, it's gone. No, somebody else got it. Those hedge funds that lost, somebody else got that money. Oh, absolutely one life. Yes, all the money is waiting on the sidelines right now to see what is going to happen. Whether it's going to be the NASDAQ that holds up, the crypto that holds up, or gold and silver that holds up. All the big money is on the sidelines. That's why you see the NASDAQ going down and down and down. Money is coming out of all these markets. And to clarify, when I say money, I do not mean US dollar. US dollar is not money. That's a currency. When I say money, I mean value. So there's tons of value, tons of money coming out of the stock market. Now, when you come out of the stock market, you go into US dollar, but you're not going into US dollar because you want US dollars. You're going into US dollars so you can buy something else instead of, the NASDAQ if it's down. You're not going from stock market to dollar because you like dollars. You're going to stock market to dollar because you want to go back from dollars to cheaper stocks. So that's the difference right there. First off, you got to realize US dollar is just currency. It means nothing. The volume, but yeah, I 100% agree. There's tons of money sitting on the sidelines. And that's probably what happened in 2001. Daniel B, nobody's withdrawing money from crypto accounts except people who are on centralized exchanges. like, let's put it this way. See, REV may need to come back up here. Okay, good. So we are starting to get that little bounce. What's that? What's that look like? If this candle closes the way it closes, we've almost got a double bottom off of the trend line. The second point of confirmation off of the uptrend. And we got 4 minutes on that left. Let's see. EVFM still pushing up. Nice. You got a little uptrend going on it. Got some resistance at 130 it needs to break. You basically have this little channel, or not channel, but triangle. That still looks like garbage. That looks like garbage. SIGA starting to break this downtrend. SIGA could be one to keep on watch. It's already over 13. Need to see it continue some little upward momentum. Continue this little uptrend here. And confirm that. Uh-oh. All right, we're coming down to 3 minutes, and EVB is still looking sketchy. At last, that candle's not holding green at the moment. We're getting a lot of indecision here. Oh, the insurance link. God, let me think. Let me pull up my bookmarks because I don't remember. Oh, I don't remember the project's names. I think I have them bookmarked. If not, I'll look them up. I'll get you the links to those blockchain insurances. There's, like I said, there's only 2 or 3 that I know of at the moment, but there's tons of projects for that type of stuff. I mean, it's just everything. Everything is going to get replaced. It's not crazy to say that. Beepers, pagers, old school phones that was on the wall got replaced by cell phones in a very short period of time. Moving the way we handle data and move data is definitely going to be replaced in a pretty short period of time. Let's see here. Where is that insurance one? Projects to research. Unbanked yield, don't know what that is. I think Commonwealth might be one of them. Nope, that's not it. Let's see, we still got a minute on this candle. Needs to close above 115. If we don't close above 115, we're probably going to crack. Where's the NQ at? NQ is at 11.8 still, same damn area. Okay. Hmm. 115 needs to hold and see those bids getting taken out a little bit. I don't see any huge orders at 115, so I don't think there's shorters sitting there. But there could, I mean, shorters can already be in this. They got in up here. So what we want to see is these shorters cover on this uptrend. That's what I'm looking for. When they cover, that'll bring in buying volume, which would show a bounce off the uptrend. We got 10 seconds left. And we're closing right. Oh, gosh. Ugh. Oh, it's back over 115 within that last second. Okay, so this is the final candle right here that we need to see bounce. We need to start seeing shorters covering, buying coming in, pushing this up over that 120. We get a nice little pop over 120, we're good. If this cracks below, then it's going to start being blood in the water. The sharks, the piranhas, the shorters, they're going to get hungry. What do you mean? If people are not withdrawing money from what? If you're talking about cryptos or stock market?
Because I'm looking right now, and all the cryptos I'm in are going up. I don't know what you're talking about. People withdrawing money. I'm seeing people buying right now. Ain't nobody withdrawing at these low prices. Or before, when we hit those lows. We've got uptrends on everything now. On Bitcoin, Ethereum, PKT has outperformed everything, holding its same prices no matter what's happening. Cosmos Atom has rebounded $3 in the last 2 weeks. Like, that's an uptrend. Now, it could be a short uptrend like the NASDAQ. I just don't think so because we're coming off of a bounce point of this uptrend on Atom. Let me show you guys on the monthly chart. You guys can see this pretty clear. Like, the technical analysis is there for the cryptos to run. The valuations are there for the cryptos to run. Everything is there for the cryptos to run. If you can't see it, then you've got eyeball problems because it's on your screen right now. That's Cosmos. Big sharp pullback, already bouncing. Here is IMX, the Mutable X platform I was talking about that you can get fees from. What's that look like on the monthly chart? Looks like we're starting to find a bottom. Looks like a possible double bottom. IMX breaking back over $1 is pretty strong sign. Ethereum, big hard sell-off. There's your overall uptrend since 2017. This is our sell-off. This is our crash that you guys are saying that is... This right here is what y'all are talking about. Crypto is over. The crash in 2017 was a lot bigger than this. When something runs, like... Alright. Oh my goodness. Use your eyeballs. You know how to use technical analysis. You know how to evaluate. Use your eyeballs and stop asking me questions about crypto in life. You know what to do. I don't know why you're trying to get me to convince you. All you got to do is use your eyeballs. That's it. It's not, you know this stuff. Try to delete that real quick. There we go. Now, you really want to get fancy. Let me make sure this says not cracked yet. Yeah, we're still kind of cracking. Are you going to hold? See, on that 1 hour, we've gotten below. Well, actually, my trend line needs to come down a bit. I accidentally clipped that corner right there. It needs to be right there. It may come up. Starting to crack 115. Yeah, so that was not a great entry. I should have waited. I should have let it crack down. I could have been getting in here now. Instead of getting in on that candle, looking for that pop. Should have known that first test of 150 was going to break down, but as long as we do not... Indecision candle, bearish red candle following, but we're only 5 minutes in on this candle, so let's give it a minute here. To close. But yeah, this is over here is Bitcoin. Well, I don't even want to use Bitcoin. I don't like Bitcoin. Here's Ethereum since 2017. Here's the NASDAQ. Hold on. Let me get this right. Hold on. We still got to get back to 2017. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know if I can fit it. Hold on. It's such a big spot. Okay, there we go. So, see, I can't even show it. I can't even compare it from 2017. Look, there's your Ethereum chart. There's your NASDAQ chart. Ethereum's had nice pullbacks. NASDAQ, not so much until this one, which we're still not even down to the trend line yet on the monthly chart. or the overall chart. Because this is how ridiculous, let me take that out. This is how ridiculous the NASDAQ looks. Oh, I'm on the day. Let me put this in the monthly. No wonder I couldn't get that NASDAQ to fit on there. Wait, what am I on? Oh, there, let's see. Okay, I see. God. There we go. There you go. 2010, no pullbacks. Back to looking at that. Bitcoin I will use actually because it's same time frame just about. So here's the NASDAQ 2015. Versus Bitcoin 2015. Side by side comparison. So there is a lot of money that's came out of all the markets, you know, oil. But this is what I was saying on oil this morning. I don't know if I would get too frisky on oil, thinking oil is going to come down, because on the monthly chart, oil has just come back down to the support of this channel it's been in and the 10-day moving average on the monthly. So it's got some support here that it can try to build. Let me make sure it's not crashing on me. Okay. Silver, as I was saying the other day, was looking weak out of this channel, and I thought it may come down to this 18 area where all the support is, maybe even 15 down to the trend line. If the NASDAQ continues to crash, silver will probably drop with it and then rebound really quick. Maybe. It depends. Depends on what cryptos do. It's the big elephant in the room. But they're not going anywhere. That type of talk is just nonsense. People have been saying that for years. Cryptos are going to be dead. They're going away. They're tulips, blah, blah, blah. We're 10, 15 years in now. So... Well, first off, I don't believe in retirement accounts. That's a stupid idea. You're going to put money that you can't touch until you're 50 or 60 years old. You know, like 30 years of holding something, I don't care what it is. I'm not holding something for 30 years in hopes that it goes up in 30 years. We just saw the whole world get shook in the last 3 years. In 1 year span, the whole entire world was locked down. What could happen in 30 years? I have no idea. So why would I put you're putting money in something that you have no, it's just, you can't tell the future. Nobody can tell the future. You don't know what's going to happen in 30, 50 years. You get shot tomorrow, well, then guess what? Your whole 30-year plan just went out the window. Even if you're 15 years into your 30-year plan and you get shot, doesn't matter. You go out the window. You have a heart attack, it goes out the window. The currency of that, whatever you're in, whatever country you're in, it crashes. Then it goes to zero. That market that you're in gets changed for a new market or whatever. Like, there's so many things that could happen in a 30-year time span. That's a long time to just be hoping in 30 years that your money's still sitting there. So you're going to take a loan out. I know you can take loans out on portfolios. It's called a portfolio loan. You can, everybody, if you didn't know that, you can go look it up. But you're going to take a loan out on your portfolio of money and pay interest on your money that is supposed to be the money that you're saving for. See, this doesn't even make any sense. Like, it makes no sense. The term velocity of money is why none of that makes sense. You are being a turtle in the money race, in the value race. Warren Buffett did not just get rich holding stocks over 50 years. He was rich before that. This idea that if you hold a portfolio of over 50 years, it has historically worked in the 200-year period of the stock market or whatever being around, or 150-year, I don't know exactly what it is, or whatever. Doesn't matter. 200 years is nothing on the whole timeline of tons of different empires and currencies and technological advancements and all of that. It's nothing. So historically, yeah, you've got 200 years to back your theory, but I have every single year that humans have been alive to back my theories. So it makes no sense. It makes no sense. If you were putting money for 30 years away, 30 years from now, when you could be putting that money in something that cash flows for you right now and makes your wealth bigger right now, so you're going to struggle your whole life so you can retire and be 70 or 60 and be miserable because your health is not great because you've gotten older, all that. You're going to wait your whole entire life to do that? That makes sense? Like, I'm just saying, like, to me, it doesn't make sense. It hurts my brain to even think about. No, that's the thing. You guys don't, this is what you're not getting. Wealthy people don't let their money sit. They don't just put their money in something and let it sit. Wealthy people, first off, don't use their own money in the first place. Right? They use other people's money. That's why they're wealthy in the first place. Second off, they don't have 401ks. Elon Musk doesn't have a 401k. Why would he need a 401k when he already is the richest man in the world? If you become wealthy now or in the next 5 years, is that not a better route than waiting 30 years? I mean, that seems like simple math. 30 years or 5 years? Which one sounds better? You want to wait 30 years for this money? You want to wait 5 years for this money? Jeff Bezos does not have a 401k. This is what I'm trying to get you to realize. Only the sheep have 401ks. Only the sheep believe this stock market is real. Nothing about any of this is actually real. You are playing a video game designed by the institutions, by the government. It's called social designing, social architecture. You can look this up. This has been around for way before the United States. Something that has always been done. But it's social engineering is actually the word. Social engineering. Buffett's also 90-something years old, Daniel B. And you think that I have just $3,000? If you think that's all I've got, that's fine. But yeah, that's not relevant to the argument anyway. How much Warren, a 90-year-old person, how much money they have compared to a 30-year-old person? I mean, he has 60 years of time on me. So he's had a lot more time to make a lot more money. You do know there's a top, a middle, and low in self-employed people? What do you mean? There's a low percentage of self-employed people? Yeah, I know that. And you know why that is? Do you know why? There we go. Getting that nice bounce. Finally starting to break that downtrend. All right, so nope, don't get hung up there. Keep pushing. Well, what do you mean then? Because you just said something crazy. Do I know that there's a top, a middle, and a low in self-employed people? What does that mean? If it doesn't mean the percentage, then what are you talking about? Because I don't understand. Let's see. Spot back through here. Nothing on that. Let's check that INN play. Let's see if I was right about that. Yep. INN doing nothing. Coming down. Just doing nothing. Still downtrending. It has started to try to hold. Looks like maybe 215 support. But it's got to break over 230 tops of these two bottles. Bodies, not bottles. Yeah, so you made my point for me, Daniel B. Thank you. Like I said, he was richer. He was rich before he started trading stocks. Thank you. Good job. Yeah, he made his first million when he was 26. So yes, that's my point. That was my whole point. Warren Buffett made his first million at 26. He did not wait 50 years to put and wait on stocks to go up. Hopefully. He started an insurance company. That's why he was rich. When you're already rich, then yeah, you can throw stocks. You can, because see, here's the thing. Warren Buffett puts $100 million worth of a stock, or puts $100 million in a stock that pays dividends. He's going to be cash flowing a whole lot of money. You buy one or two stocks that the same price he's buying them at a couple $100 for a dividend, you're not going to make any money. You know, your dividend payments on 2 shares is not going to be anything. That idea is coming. The idea of holding your money in there for 30, 40 years is from people like Warren Buffett telling you that this is what you should do because this is what I did. Meanwhile, he's been sucking all the retail traders that look up to him dry. Like you, Daniel B. Warren Buffett is not your friend. He does not care about you. The information he tells you is not going to be for your best interest. Trust me. So it's cool, man. You want to suck Warren Buffett off and use him for every single example? Warren Buffett doesn't care if you die right now. And that's rough. That's rough to hear, but that's the truth. Warren Buffett doesn't know you, Daniel B. He doesn't care. So any arguments you have from Warren Buffett, you're arguing from somebody who doesn't even care about you. You're arguing their points from somebody who's a billionaire, who's been a billionaire, who was rich when he was 26, who was telling you to leave your money in the markets for 30 years so he can continue to suck you dry. Woo, boy. We're getting spicy in here. I'm calling out Warren Buffett now. Let's go. Who else wants to smoke? While I sit here and wait on my little position to do something. Make my little $40 and go on about my day while I'm talking trash about all the millionaires. No, I know what you're talking about, One Life, and I ask you why. I ask you why everyone is not successful as self-employed. I knew what you were talking about earlier. You just didn't answer. I just answer that question. That was the question I asked you off your original comment. You just elaborated on it. You said I didn't understand the question. And I ask you, why is that so? Why is there not that many self-employed people? Do you know the answer to that question? Because if you know the answer to that question, now we're talking. If you don't know the answer to that question, then you don't know what you're talking about. There's something behind that. Okay. Is 10 million in today's money? Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. First off, like Rob's making a good point. Ronaldson, for those of you who don't know when I say Rob, he's making a good point. Worth is a tricky word for comparing the dollar value in 1956 versus now. You're going to go with, yeah, you're going to go with the proven people who's been sucking you dry, Daniel B. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it. I just told you how Warren Buffett's been sucking you dry, and you're like, I love him. I'm going with him anyway because he's rich. Yeah, he's rich because of idiots like you. So keep feeding him. Good job. This hurts, man. Y'all hurt me today. Y'all are giving me side pains from just laughing. Holy hell, what time is it? I'm like, I ain't even paying attention to the time at all because of how funny this is. 1:40. For those of you who are being quiet and listening, if you disagree with me, that's fine and all that. But if you don't know any of this that has been going on or any of this and you're learning something today, hit that like button, even if you disagree with me. There's always more information to learn, even in disagreements and debates. That's why I love doing debates with anybody and everybody, because we'll learn something. If you listen enough, you'll learn something. Either it's from me or it's from One Life. Either way, whatever helps your perspective. That's what this is about. So we are up to 118 now. God, I should have just been a little bit more patient. I could have got such a better entry on this. I'd have loved to have been in right here at 110. Starting to break. So we do have a lot of sellers sitting there at the moment. The question was, you said not that many people are successful as self-employed. And I ask you, why is that? Do you know why? I'm asking you to tell me why there's not that many people self-employed and successful. What's up, Lando? Daniel B. Again, you're back to this. You don't see me making progress in 8 years. I haven't even been streaming for 8 years. I've only been on YouTube for 4. So you couldn't possibly know what my progress was from before the 4 years that I've been on YouTube. Just stop, Daniel B. Just stop. You're just talking nonsense now. What's up, Stonks and Chomps? I didn't even know you were in here, our moderator. Orlando's in here dropping some game. Get him. What? One life. One life. There's your comment. This is straight from you. I'm speaking more of income brackets. Not everyone is successful as self-employed. Why? That is the question from your exact response I just repeated back. I just copy and pasted from 10 minutes ago that you said you just didn't say. So answer that. That's a simple question. Why? Okay. What? Daniel B. He was a millionaire 50 years ago. I wasn't even born yet. Of course he was a millionaire before then. Before anything. Like, what are you talking about? Cleopatra of Egypt was a millionaire before you were born, Daniel B. So you don't know what you're talking about. What? Like what? What? What do you? What? What? That doesn't even make sense. That's not an argument. That's just. I don't even know what that is. That's just silly. Like, what kind of insult is that? I don't know if it's an insult or an argument or what. That's just silly. We are breaking back over 120, looking good here. If it can continue, we want to see it break 125, start holding that as support, but we are climbing right up this nice little trend line. Nice and pretty so far. Did get a little sketchy for a second there. But again, if I would have waited and got my entry down in here off of this confirmation possibly here, I would be in a lot better position. And I shouldn't have jumped in so early. But it did look like it was about to take off there for a second. A little fake out, breakout early in the morning. Should have known. Gotta break this downtrend. No, there's only one question I need you to answer. I'm on government support because of mental issues, sure. No, my question was why are self-employed people for the majority not successful? I don't know how you're getting confused. This is a simple question. You're the one who stated the statement. I'm asking you what is behind that statement. How can you not answer that easily? Like, what's going on right now? It's a simple question, One Life. I've asked it 3 times now. Off of what you said. Why are self-employed people, for the most part, a high percentage, not successful? Do I need to say it a 5th time? I don't think I'm speaking Japanese here. This is a pretty simple question based off of your comment that I posted again because you said you didn't say what you said. Just answer that. Yeah, okay. What's up, Sam Fratt? I like that jump in there. You said self-employed can mean many different things to a lot of people who are self-employed. Oh, we're starting to crack here. Oh, let's see. We got the 10-day. Yeah, that's not looking too good. Let's see if we get a quick rebound. If not, I'm getting out on this. Let's see, is the NQ cracking? No, NQ is still just sitting there looking stupid. It's about to crack, though. More than likely. Alright, I'm going to have to cut this loss in a second. So it bounced off 105. We're breaking the downtrend. Shorters are going to be getting in here more than likely. Look back on a yearly chart. It's actually a bad start on this week. This is just a bad entry overall. Not a great trade on our part. Trying to see if we're going to get any type of quick bounce before I lock out. This could, maybe this is a little fake out. What do we got? We got 1.5 minutes on this candle to close. Let me go ahead and get ready here. Let's see. No, Daniel B was comparing ultra wealthy people to regular people. He was trying to compare Warren Buffett to me. That's what I was saying about the wealthy people. I was saying Warren Buffett's been around way longer than I have, so of course he's got more money than me. Like he's been alive 50 something years longer than I have. That's what I was saying. That was dumb. All right, anyway, my statement was what? How did Sam, somebody new that I've never seen in the chat, get the question? Who's able to answer the question? I mean, I've not read through his complete answer yet. I'm going to in a second. But how did he get the question so easily, and you're still having trouble with this? Like, I'm really confused. You said self-employed people are not successful for the most part, and I'm asking you for the whatever 10th time why that is. Why are most self-employed people Not successful. Yeah, but he was 20 years. Daniel B., he was 20 years old 60 something years ago. It's not the same. Like, come on, dude. You're just talking crazy. Stop sucking off Warren Buffett, dude. It's okay. Do it in your private time. Like, I'm not arguing with you that I'm a better trader or anything than Warren Buffett. I never said that. I just said Warren Buffett is telling idiots like you to do the same, to go put your money in the stock market for 30 years so he can continue to suck off of all your money, because his hundreds of billions of dollars in the stock market is going to destroy you. It's going to destroy everybody that he wants to destroy. Their 401ks, whatever. That's how much money he has. He is telling you, put your money in there for 30 or 50 years, so that way all my algorithms can take it. It's that simple. Simple as that. There's nothing more to it. So, suck your overlord off somewhere else. Go do that in private. He also invested when he was 8. His dad gave him money to invest in a single company. Oh, so his dad gave him money. My dad didn't give me any money. So that's another difference. I also went to jail for a little bit of time. Did some stupid shit in my younger days. Warren Buffett didn't do none of that. We got differences. We're different people. You're trying to compare me to Warren Buffett. It's just retarded. I'm not Warren Buffett. like, that's not a comparison. All I'm telling you, you're getting mad because I'm telling you Warren Buffett's telling you your argument, your whole argument against why I'm saying putting your money in the stock market or anything, 30, 40 years. There's no difference if you go and take that same amount of money and go bury it in your backyard. You don't know what's going to happen in 30, 40 years. Nobody does. So how can you sit here? Answer this question. How can you sit here? Oh, I need to make sure this doesn't crack. I think it's going to probably get that dollar bounce, but I'm so far up on my entry, I don't want to hold it. I'm almost down there to the dollar, but I really don't want to take much more of a loss on this. What was I saying? I don't even know. So what does comparing me, comparing you, comparing Warren Buffett, comparing Tim Sykes, how is any of this putting money in anybody's pockets? How is that making anybody money? This is a waste of time. That's why I'm saying this is retarded. There's no reason why we should be sitting here trying to compare me to anybody else. Like, that doesn't put money in nobody's pocket. It's just stupid. That's a stupid argument. Now, whether or not a 30-year 401k or IRA, that's an actual debate we can have. But so far, all I've gotten is because Warren Buffett. That's why. Like, that's your reasoning. Like, you guys are making me defend my statement. You tell me why I should put my money in a 401k for 30 or 50 years. You tell me that. You tell me why. I'm gonna stop telling you why you shouldn't. You tell me why you should. I've given you plenty of reasons, so I'm giving you plenty of examples. I don't like this. I should have already cut. You got me talking about cryptos and everything else instead of focusing here. It's my fault though. I should be focusing. But I'm trying to educate, I'm trying to educate. There we go. I'm going to try to give it a chance to bounce off of $1. I may just shrink my position in a second. I think we'll get a bounce off the dollar. We should. If we start cracking right through the dollar, then I'm definitely getting out. I really don't like where I'm at in this. I should have cut right back here in this area. As soon as this candle did not push up higher and made this little box, and then this one got rejected off the downtrend and pushed down, that's the cut area for that entry I took, which was a bad entry. The entry that I should have took, like I said, should have been down right here waiting when we got confirmation. We still haven't even gotten confirmation yet, so there's really still not an entry place on this. Been a little buying off of $1, so we'll see. I'll hold it a little bit longer. I mean, it's only a couple extra dollars that I'm risking, so. Yeah, great info, Sam. Sam Frat, not true. He creates small partnership with 5 people to start with over a little 100K. Tell Daniel B. Tell Daniel B about Warren Buffett. Give him some facts. Give him some smoke. He needs the smoke. He thinks he knows everything. All right, I'm gonna take a quick little break. I'll keep an eye on this on my phone. I just don't. I don't know. Like I said, I just don't like my whole. I just don't like my whole trade right now. I'm really just thinking about cutting it, but just cause the mental side, because of the bad entry, and it not going my way at all right now. But it is getting a little bit of action right here at $1. But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick little break. I'll be back. I'll catch up with these comments. We'll discuss, debate some more on everything. Sam, hopefully you stick around. I like having some other people in here debating with me besides the 2 zombies that keep coming out of the graveyard every day. By the way, for those of you who are new, I've debated One Life and Daniel B on the channel. There's videos of it. Watch at your own risk. If you like seeing sills being beat for their furs with a stick, that's what those those debates look like. So if you enjoy that, you can go watch those. Basically, One Life and Daniel B were the baby sills getting clubbed over the head. So I'll be right back, guys.
All right, still hanging on. Okay, looky here. Let's see what we got going on here. He turned it in 19K or something, and the company eventually got bought out. Have, why would I have a retirement account when I just said I don't like retirement accounts? Even when I was a restaurant manager, I never opted for money to go into out of my paycheck. And the whole reason why I'm self-employed is because now taxes don't come out of the revenue I get right away like it does for W-2 employees. To answer the question that you never answered, why self-employed people are for the most part not successful, one is because of education about these systems, but number two is because these systems are set to screw the small businesses, the small entrepreneurs. On a W-2 tax, your employer pays the employee tax on his side of 7.5 or 8.5, whatever it is, and then 8.5% comes out of your check. That's 16 or 17% of employment tax that goes to the government. When you're self-employed, you pay both the employer side and the employee side. So you have to pay 16% in taxes just for being self-employed. That is not fair at all. That makes competition a lot smaller for the big companies like Amazon, Walmart, all of that, a lot less. If it's harder to start a new business because the big businesses have lobbied the government to set these tax laws that cause this effect, then again, the same way Warren Buffett is screwing you if you're following his stock advice or you're following anything he says, the same way the government and the big corporations are screwing us self-employed people. Right? Now, on the third, back to the first point of the taxes, or not the taxes, but the first point of education. If you are educated in the system, then you can get around that 16% tax. There's things you can do to get around of a lot of the things. But you have to know the same system. You can't not do it by the system that they tell you. You have to figure out the rules they play by. When you figure out the rules they play by, then you see this whole stock market, everything that we're playing in right now, is not real. The whole U.S. economy is not real. The U.S. dollar is not real. This is all stuff that they've made everybody believe has some type of concrete, solid foundation. It doesn't. If that was the case, the U.S. dollar would be worth $1, no matter what. The U.S. dollar index is on a 60-year downtrend. Everything around you right now, since you were born, since you came out of your mom's hole, as soon as you opened your eyes, you didn't go into your mom's arms. You didn't see your mom. You can't see your mom from her hole. You came out of there. The doctors cleaned you up, and your eyes opened and looked all around that hospital room. And guess what you saw all around that hospital room the moment you came out of your mom's holes? Big pharma. You need this pill. You need that pill. Vaccines on the walls. This on the walls. That on the walls. You have propaganda from the big corporations all around you the moment you open your eyes as a kid. The moment. And this stuff I did not figure out until about 4 or 5 years ago. One of the biggest wake-up calls, and I don't talk about this a lot. I mentioned it very shortly, and I said it earlier in the stream. One of my biggest wake-up calls to how fake this system is when I got in trouble in my younger days. I've always been an entrepreneur. In my younger days, maybe not a legal entrepreneur, but I sold some stuff, got caught. Okay, nothing violent, nothing crazy. I've never, there, I was about to say I've never actually
Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, but point is, after that, my charge, very simple charge, just a simple sell and delivery. It is a felony, unfortunately. First 3 months, first off, I never got a court case in the beginning. I was put in jail before I was ever sentenced. You need to think about that for a minute. You've been told your whole life you're innocent until proven guilty. Bitch, I was guilty till proven innocent. I was in jail before anything happened. They just put me straight in jail. I waited in there 3 months before I even got my court date. Before I even got my court date. I got my court date. I talked to my lawyer, which was a shitty lawyer at the time, public defender. She said, and this is all true, I swear to God, this is all true. This is in a smaller town in Tennessee. Very, very backwards. Well, let me just continue the story and I'll tell you. It gets more and more corrupt as we go on. So, my lawyer tells me, you might have other charges. You probably have other charges. So instead of trying to go to court right now, since you got your court date, let's push it off 3 more months so that way we can handle it all at once and it'll be less time on you. Okay. I've never told this story in social media anywhere. So I said, okay, that's fine. If that's the case, I can last another 3 months. It was my first time in jail, but because of my past at that time, most people in there were my clientele. So it wasn't like I was going into a jail where I didn't know anybody. I knew everybody in there. So I wasn't like that. It wasn't a whole thing of everybody trying to kill everybody. I actually made a decent amount of money while I was in jail for that time. But anyway, that's not the point. Anyway, I waited that 3 months. My lawyer comes back. I'm about ready to go to my court date. My lawyer comes back before that 3 months is up, like a week before, and she says, okay, we can get you a plea deal. You just plead guilty, and you'll be able to get out of here, and you'll be put on probation. You'll be put on paper. I said, okay. But then I asked her, I said, what about the other charges? Is that including the other charges? She said, what other charges? The charges that you told me to stay in here an extra 3 months for so we could get it done all together. Oh yeah, that was nothing. That ended up being nothing. Okay. So now I've been in jail 6 months. I've only gotten a court date and nothing has happened. It gets better. So I go, God, this is so stupid. I hate this whole system. I go to the court to do my court date, and it sucks. When you're being transported from the jail to the courthouse, you have to be put in the drunk tank. The drunk tank's a small little tank. There's usually 20, 30 people in there who are a lot of them are just drug addicts. Just, it's just mess. It stinks. It's just gross. But you have to go sit over there while you're waiting for your court case in a small room full of a bunch of drug addicts. Anyway, I go in. I'm supposed to be going. Oh, I forgot this part. I'd asked my lawyer, I said, okay, what's the plea deal? She said, you'll get out on 6 years of probation. Now, keep in mind, this was for one charge for less than $100 worth of a white substance. They then... Oh, so she was telling me the deal. She was telling me the plea deal. She was like, so 6 years probation. I'm like, I did my research. I already knew that. I knew that the minimum sentence I could get was 2 years on probation. The max was 6. So when she told me 6, I said, whoa, 6? This is my first time. How am I getting a whole book thrown at me on this one? And she's like, well, the judge doesn't like you, so that's just what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. What? Okay, all right, I guess I'll take that deal since that's the only good deal I've got to take. So I take that deal. Go in there. The judge looks me dead in the eyes, tells me, if you ever come back in this courtroom, of course, they really wanted me bad. But that's why they got me with such little stuff on me. But anyway, he tells me, he said, if I ever see you in this courtroom again, I am going to send you to the heaviest max prison that there is. Okay, well, I guess I better not come back here again then. So I got the sentence. I was supposed to be out the next day and be at probation the next day. What I said earlier in the live stream, all those, that thing I was saying earlier where I didn't get out till 3 days afterwards. I had the piece of paper showing that I was supposed to be out and be at my probation officer that morning. So I go to the guards and I'm like, I'm supposed to be out of here 3 hours ago. What is going on? They look at the paper. Okay. I'm in here 3 more days now. Every single day that I was in there, it got to the point by the 3rd day, the whole entire pod, everybody who was in there was yelling at the guards to get me out of there. Like they could all see, the criminals, everybody in there with me is yelling at the guards because they seen my piece of paper. I'm supposed to already be out of jail. Remember, keep in mind the whole story of how I've been in jail, guilty before even proving anything, before even a court date, before even my court sentence. Now after I'm court sentenced, I'm in jail for 3 more days after telling them. I had to get on the phone and call people like, can somebody call this probation officer and tell them that they're not letting me out of this damn jail. They're keeping me in here. Finally, on the 4th day, about midway through the day, they come and finally let me out. All right? I'm like, okay, this is dumb. I just walked. I just started walking. I was trying to get away from there as fast as possible. So, to add to it, the same judge who looked me in the eyes and told me if I ever came back in that prison or come back in that courtroom again, he would send me to prison, that same judge owns the probation office. He owns the probation. Anybody he puts on probation has to pay money to him. So guess what he does? Puts everybody in that county in probation. That whole county is almost on probation, the whole entire population. And all of them are paying that one judge. The world is not rainbows and butterflies. It's not hunky-dory. Everybody is trying to take you out. Everybody is trying to take your money. That was a part of the government that did not follow any of their own rules at all and screwed me over. Now, did I deserve it? That's debatable. Whatever. Like I said, it wasn't that much that I got caught with and all that. Sure, I broke the law. I deserve to get what I get. Whatever. But I think I got a little bit more than what I deserve to get. You know what I mean? So if that's happening on that level, that's the smallest level on a community level, then you know it's happening in the main government, the federal government, because the federal government controls the stock market, controls the imports and exports. They control the GDP, which is part of the import and exports. They control... The Federal Reserve controls the currency, but let's be honest, the Federal Reserve and the government at this point are the same thing. They're the same powers working together, even though they're not supposed to have anything to do with each other. But that is out the window. That's been thrown out the window. So we live in a corrupted system. For those of you who have never went through what I went through, you've never lived that side of life, that side of reality, that happens all the time. All the time. People get screwed over by the system for barely anything. And that was my awakening call to where I started really learning and finding and researching those rules. What are the rules that the people in charge, the people with all the power, are following? They're not following the rules they're telling you to follow. Warren Buffett is not telling you what to actually do. The government is your financial advisors saying, put your money in a 401k. These same people are the same people who put your housing mortgage in 2008 that you bought a house with into your 401k and then made you pay for a double house. You paid a double house. If you bought a house before 2008, then your mortgage was in your 401k, so you were paying for your mortgage twice. Add in amortized interest, you're actually paying for a house 3 times. And that's part of the main reason why the 2008 crash happened, because the government made it very easy for banks to lend out money to anybody. Same thing we just saw when when interest rates were at 0. Difference now, we're a lot higher up on the NASDAQ, on the real estate market, on all of that. So when they continue to do what they're doing, regardless of what CNBC or any of these mainstream media say, they are lying. Like I said, this is all fake. It is all fake. When you buy a stock, you do not own the stock. You own a copy of the stock. The real stock is held in the DTC. Tokens, like cryptos, are nothing new. Chuck E. Cheese has had tokens forever. You take your US dollar, you get some tokens, then you can use those tokens at Chuck E. Cheese to do whatever you want. The idea of crypto has been around a long time. It just hasn't been put in digital form, and that is only the token side. Like I said, the blockchain side is the most important side, the technology, not the token side. So there's nothing new about anything. The stock market's not new as far as what's happening. Looking at it on a 200-year time period, it's just, yes, things have worked in that 200-year time period, but then when you go and look at all the other empires, all the other systems, all the other economic basis of previous historical big empires that are comparable to America now, you will see all of them towards the end of their fall have tons and tons of corruption, because the more power that the centralized government has, the more easily corruptible they are. Because if you've got all that power, then you can trade that power for money, which is what has been happening. It's called lobbying, if you didn't know. It's legal. It's legal for corporations to buy off politicians because the politicians make the laws. So they just made the laws to where it's legal for them to make money from big corporations. You learn the rules they play by, all of this becomes a whole lot more clear. Like you can go with the whole 50-year thing if you want, but you're just following it. You're falling into the trap of being guilty before proven innocent. Let's see. On the 5, what you looking at the 5 minute for? The 5 minute doesn't. That's too low of a time frame to tell anything. This is the hour is the important one. If it cracks the uptrend on the hour, that's the problem. We still have we like kind of cracked on the 15 minute, but we still haven't quite yet. We actually have a little bit of a double bottom forming here off of that $1.02 area. It needs to get back above the trend line here, though. Okay. Let me get caught up on these. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me see. A lot of comments. Hold on here. There you go. Yeah, there you 9 to 5. Yeah, Lando, there you go. There you go. Lando knows what's up. 25 an hour. That's perfect simple math. I was going the roundabout way and Lando just put it out there for you guys nice and simple. $25 an hour for 8 hours is only 200 before taxes. One ES contract for 4 points is $200. And you can make that $200 what? Within an hour, Lando? Exactly. You're bullish today after the FOMC minutes. I need to see what's going on there. There you go. There you go, Lando. Lando knows what's up. Kid's 19 years old and is talking smarter than these old men here. These old men who think they know everything. No. No, the charge was just a simple sell and delivery. Well, it didn't matter. The amount I had on me was not it didn't matter. What I sold was a felony regardless of how much it was. That's not the case. Crypto's trying to take your mom. You think I'm lying, Daniel B? Yeah, I just made up that whole entire story. I made up that whole entire story just for you. Well, it wasn't grass, Lori, but yeah. I mean, I don't need apologies or any of that. I don't need any of that. Like I said, I did what I did. It's over. It's done. I was just telling you guys the story to show you why. For those who don't know how corrupt this system really is, it's it's pretty corrupt. I know firsthand. There's more stories I have besides that, but I really can't go into those. And it's not to do with me. It's other stories, but I just can't go into those. They're from people who would not be happy if I put that out there. And I don't want to do that. So anyway. Yeah, see, look at there. Stonks and Chomps, our moderator. She had a similar experience where the system didn't quite work out the way it's supposed to. Only have to work through on meditation. Okay, so I agree with you that not everybody is out to get me. Everybody is out to get all of us. It is survival of the fittest out here. Nothing has changed. Just because you have comfy sheets and comfy blankets and you've got a computer and you've got, you're trading or whatever doesn't mean that it's still not survival of the fittest. Do you have to worry about a velociraptor eating you? No. If you go to where I'm from in Tennessee, do you have to worry about a bear eating you? Yeah. So you could be the richest person in the world, have all the money, have it all figured out, walk outside your house, and guess what? You left a little hamburger in your car. You get in your car, and that bear's in the back seat eating that hamburger, and now he's got fresh meat. It is not. It is not like it is survival. I don't know how to show you it's survival of the fittest because it should be obvious when everybody's trying to take your money. Like I said, from birth, as soon as you open up or as soon as you come out, you're looking at big pharma propaganda on the wall. That's the first thing that goes into your brain if you're born in a hospital room, because they have posters all over the place of that hospital room. But yeah. And I don't let it define me also. That's another thing. You said it doesn't define me. I know it doesn't define me. If it defined me, I wouldn't be on YouTube right now. I'm actually pretty happy with myself that I was able to get out of that life, learn about everything I've learned about, and now I'm on YouTube sharing my stories and information with all of you. You know, that's, I'm happy about that. That's a good thing, right? It changed my life around. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Let me get the rest of these comments. I'm trying to get through here. Rob's attorney was a veteran advocate. Nice. Oh, you had a good night. Nice. Yeah, exactly, Lauren. Exactly. 10 seconds. Yeah, nice. Nice, Lando. All right, Lori Lee. It was a great stream. Glad you joined us. You have a great rest of your life. Get some sleep. Oh, boy. The 9 to 5 also gives you health insurance, retirement, and easier borrowing ability. Sure it does. Sure it does. Look at there. Tell him, Lando. Lando, you get on the stream. You and Sam take over. I'm going and doing everything else I do. You guys, Lando's over here roasting y'all. I ain't even got to talk. Freedom beats all those one life. Woo! Woo! Ooh! That line was fire. I mean, that line was fire, man. He just melted the ball hairs off your sack one life with that comment. Like, Lando just destroyed you. None of those things matter when you're free. PDF to EPUB? Yeah, I will see about that. No, you're missing the point. You're not. I can't get it through to you one life. You've been brainwashed too long. You're 50 years old and you've went through everything. I mean, everything you've been taught that you're arguing is exactly what the government, what the institutions want you to think. You are literally reading off of a script out of your head that they've put in your head right now. like Same thing with Daniel B. parroting Warren Buffett. Like, every argument Daniel B. ever gets it with me, he parrots Warren Buffett. And he never has anything to back his argument. That's why you have nothing. I've asked you multiple questions through the stream one life. Like, direct questions, simple questions that you failed to answer every time. That's weird. Why could you not answer a simple question that Sam, some random person who's never been in the stream before, came in and answered in 5 seconds? He gave me an answer. I wasn't looking for a specific answer. I just wanted to see what you were going to say about that. You didn't even answer that. You didn't answer none of the questions I asked. You are not debating me. You are making statements. You and Daniel B. both. This is all you guys do. You make statements, and you can't back them up. You have nothing to back them up because you are only going off of what they brainwashed in your head. And that's why you get so upset, is because you cannot comprehend that it's possible that you could be wrong about something. Ego, especially blind ego from propaganda, and I say propaganda lightly because marketing is propaganda. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Like a commercial comes out with Arby's and there's a hamburger with some bacon and onion rings on it. They make it look so good and make you, make it look like, oh, your mouth waters. You're like, oh, I gotta go get that. That's propaganda. That's marketing. That's all it is. But it's very easy to control the mass population with propaganda, with marketing. Everybody in this live stream, have you ever not had McDonald's? If you haven't, good for you. You weren't propagandized by McDonald's. You didn't fall for the marketing tricks. So everything is fake. Sorry. I was just trying to think of examples. That was an easy example to think of to clarify when I say propaganda that I just mean marketing. It's the same. There's no difference. Propaganda is just another word for marketing. It's like, what are you marketing for? Well, governments market for you to stay in a 9 to 5, getting a 9 to 5. Well, actually, let's lay it out. What does the government want you to do? What have you been taught all your life, One Life? Save money. Save it. Save it. Save it. Save your money. Save your US dollars. Save it. Save it. Put it in a savings account. 2% inflation. Savings account interest rate 1.5%. They've been telling you to use a savings account. They've been telling you to lose money. And it's the same with everything. Your whole way your generation was raised was propaganda, the American dream. But that's all it is a dream. Because all this, like I said, it's not real. You can make plenty of money off of trading stocks, cryptos, all that, but stocks, the whole stock market's a game. It's a game. It's been rigged. I mean, that's not a question. Everybody knows that. Yeah, that's the point. One Life. That's the point. You just asked two questions. You asked the question, then answered you, and then you just asked two questions, and then you made a statement. Okay? That is why. I agree. Just because you doesn't have a job mean you're free. I'm not working to be broke. I enjoy what I do, like you said earlier. I enjoy being an entrepreneur. I enjoy not having to be beholden to the government taking my money out of every single check. I enjoy not having a boss. I enjoy not having to worry about some CEO at the top who wants to tell me things, tell me to do things. I am the person interviewing CEOs on this channel, One Life. I am not working for those CEOs. That's where you want to be. You want to be on the side interviewing CEOs and picking their brain for their knowledge, not working for them. All right, but that's enough of all that. I think, you continue to ask me questions, One Life, but you never answer my questions. So it's all your loaded attacks are all useless. Because everybody can see it in the live streams. I mean, everybody who's been watching's heard me ask you 5 times a question that you still haven't answered, and yet you're still going on about other stuff. Like you can't. Like your debate style right now is trying to skip topics before I can even have a chance to answer or even make, like, it's a joke. Like I said before, Y'all are zombies. Go back to the graveyard. You and Daniel B. You haven't heard a question from me? Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, my brain. My brain. My poor brain. Anyway, well, this thing still did kind of start breaking the downtrend, but we're still sketchy, really sketchy. Let's see, we started to have that push up there, but then we kind of got slammed down, a little indecision, and we're testing the trend line again here. Where's that NQ at? No, NQ rebounded. Well, rebounding back up to that 11.85 area, but still, this is what, quadruple top now. If it doesn't break here, this would be the fourth time on this 15 minute it's gotten rejected at those levels. So the NASDAQ more than likely fixing to come down. I mean, I would love to have Warren Buffett on to interview him. I'll interview anybody. I don't care. It can be Warren Buffett. It can be Joe Biden. I'll have Joe Biden on if he wants to come on. You know, I would probably have a lot of fun with that, but I mean, I don't care. I'm not starstruck or um, amazed by any of these people. I don't care about what they've done or what they do. I don't. That doesn't put money in my pocket. I only care what I do because that's what puts money in my pocket. But I'll interview them because that would put money in my pocket. So, I mean, I'll interview anybody. Like I said, I'll interview anybody. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Probably not. I mean, how am I going to get Warren Buffett to come on a channel with all, I mean, that's not likely. Warren Buffett he wouldn't even talk to me, more than likely, at all. Which would be good for him because it would, well, I would like to pick his brain. I'd like to pick his brain, and then I could expose exactly what I was talking about what he's doing to you, Daniel B. You could hear it live on camera for yourself. Maybe one day when the Framework Fortune Network and community gets a little bigger, well, Buffett, I mean, I don't know how much longer he's got left. He's pretty old. But maybe one day. Who knows? You can never rule it out. That's why, to go back to the whole original point of the whole discussion today, I don't know if Warren Buffett would come on this channel or not in another 10, 15 years because I don't know what's going to happen in 10 years. So, definitely wouldn't put my money somewhere that I can't touch for 50 years when I don't even know what's going to happen in the next 10 years. Sounds like a bad idea. Am I squatting 380? Are you asking me that, Lando? I ain't squatting nothing. I haven't worked out in a while. I do some stretching and stuff. I stretch every day and try to walk around some. But Here's my recommendation for everybody. And I'm going to go ahead and get you the links to this. Hold on just a second. I'm pulling it up. So, this is one. And I got to get going here. We're still just holding on this damn trend line. You start seeing some buying come in and push this up. Like I said, we need to start popping back up to 110 if we're going to continue this up, if we're going to continue the uptrend. But if we don't, we're going to crack soon. Good thing is we have no head and shoulders pattern, so that's nice. See, there's little bits of buying coming in there. And what I'm really waiting for is I'm waiting for shorters to cover. Because shorters that were in up here have been holding it down through here. Like some of them might have covered quickly there. But the rest of them have held it. And they're starting, the more this trend line starts to hold, the more nervous they're going to get. And you're going to have shorters starting to cover here. And if they do start covering here, that means they're buying back in. And that will add buying pressure. So that's what we need to see. We need to see these shorters that was in here turning into buyers to cover their positions. And then once they start covering, we should start to see new buyers. People who've been on the sidelines waiting for a pullback to get in this, we should see them come in. But that's all if this trend line holds up. And only if that trend line holds up. Okay, so in Q, there we go. Get a nice little push to 8. Up, push right back down though. So we did just make a little bit higher high. Buyers coming back in again off that trend line. Or is the shorters covering? One of the two. Starting to look, it's not popping hard. So I'm thinking this is just shorters covering right now. Yeah, that's starting to look like shorters possibly covering. Question is new buyers going to come in after these shorters covering? Bro, I have $1 million in my account before I'm 40. I'm not. That's what I mean, it's very simple. It's very simple. If you want to build wealth fast, then it's as easy as this. Multiple income streams. Said that many a times on these streams. Multiple revenue streams. Multiple income streams. You putting money in a retirement account for when you're 50. I don't know why we're going through this again. Still, you know what's funny? Through this whole entire live stream, I have given plenty of reasons against this whole long time portfolio holding type of debate. You guys have not given me one reason to do that. Give me one reason. I'm not giving you another reason why not to until you give me a reason why. Why should I do that?
Give me one. I'm waiting. Okay, we're not gonna talk about it anymore until we get one. Till we get you guys answer some questions. You guys keep asking me questions, and not with these loaded questions, and then not answering my simple question. I'm asking y'all simple ass questions. It's not rocket science. There you go. There you go, Lauren. A tax break? That's you're gonna put your money you're gonna lock your money up for 50 years for a tax break? That's your one reason? That's your whole argument? You let me so you're let me say this in clean art in plain English. Let me rephrase your let me yeah, I did. You gave me one. You gave me one. That's amazing. So your one reason that you've given me through this whole 2 hours for what you're doing is for a tax break. That's your one reason you could come up with. So you are going to put your money, lock your money up for 50 years so you can avoid taxes. Think about that for a minute. You're going to lock your money up. You can't use it to do anything else. You can't use it to cash flow. You can't use it to make more money. It's got to sit there and you got to hope that the stock market continues to go up like it has always historically to avoid taxes. When I just said, and not even an hour ago, that being self-employed, there's a lot of different ways you can decrease taxes. I don't need to put my money in an IRA, a Roth IRA, or a 401k for 50 years to not pay taxes. How is that a good trade-off? Like you're yeah. Listen to this. Let me put it another way for you. Let me put it another way for you because this is hilarious actually. Let me put it another way for you. So so you're going to put the money in there for 30 or 50 years to avoid paying taxes on it during that time. When you pull your money after that time, when you finally pull it after 50 years, is it completely tax-free? I love how you think you know what's going on with my personal life, Daniel B, and you think you know what's going on with my finances. It's really funny. It's hysterical. Like you make me laugh. It's a good chuckle. All right. Anyway, guys, this has been quite the stream. Definitely. I'm going to continue to hold this as long as it continues up this uptrend on our EVB. If it cracks this uptrend, I'm getting out. I'm probably going to go ahead and put a stop loss and then go about my day. It looks like if it does not continue up this uptrend, if we do not see another high, we don't see this candle push up to 110. Yeah, see, we're kind of testing the uptrend still. So still sketchy. We need to stop
testing the uptrend and start pushing towards previous resistance at 115, 110, 125. It's looking like it's struggling. We've got another short-term downtrend kind of that needs to get through. We're just like right there, very close to either popping or cracking. This doesn't really have any PR either. That's the other thing that's bothering me about it. Let's see. No, it's a therapeutic stock, I believe. Yeah, it's a bunch of healthcare stuff here. Revelation buy-in. Okay, so they had one clinical study, a phase 1 clinical study back in June. And then it's just kind of been moving since then. Oh, I don't have this overall downtrend, Drew. Or this overall uptrend, Drew. I just now seeing this. Looking back this far, that actually changes things because we have a longer time frame to go off of. So we're actually, let's see, what are we bouncing off right now? So we bounced off of that 5-day uptrend in pre-market. Okay, I thought I saw that. That might have made a difference. So we bounced off of there. We confirmed the overall longer trend line, and then now we're just kind of back testing that trend line. Kind of that dollar support. Yeah, I don't know. I like the 5-day on this. Maybe let's see. We got there's a line of that's where that 110 resistance is holding up right across the top of there. And you can see now that I've drew that line on there, we extend that over. All these lines are drawn. We are at a lot of transitioning here, a lot of positioning moving when you've got this much support and resistance at one level. And then we got a dollar support, which is very strong support right under it. So, Okay, some big orders finally coming in, but I don't know if these are shorters or not. Okay, we did get a spike up to 110. That's the spike I was looking for. Still got 10 minutes on this candle to close. We needed to see it actually break over this, though, and start holding. See, coming up to 110 now. Testing. We got some sellers sitting there. See if we get some 110 on these timing sells. Come on through here. Again, I don't know how you knowing my net worth is going to make you money, Daniel B. I mean, you're trying to disprove me and discredit me. I just told I don't know how many times I don't care. I discredit myself all the time. I don't care. You can't discredit somebody who doesn't care about having credit. I don't care. I do not care. I do not. I don't. I don't care. I don't need to have special acolytes to back up what I'm saying. I don't care. It's whatever. If you don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to watch. There's an off button. That's simple as that. But you can continually trying to compare me to other people and then trying to pull out my net worth and all this stuff. Like why? For what? What is that doing? It's doing nothing. It's not making you any money. You're just wasting your damn time. No, you're wasting money. Time is money. You're wasting it trying to prove me wrong on some type of ego BS. I don't care. I don't care about your ego or my ego. I only care about what goes in my pocket. Right? Doesn't like that's why we're all here. We're trading, trying to make money. It's about what goes in your pocket. Oh boy, that was a hard dip there. Oh, let's see. That's what I was kind of worried about. But we are hitting that dollar area. I'm gonna be a little risky. I'm gonna hold it as long as the dollar's holding. So that was that. Those big orders we saw right there on the bid. Those were more than likely shorters, because as soon as we saw them buy on the bid, the stock dropped. So shorters still have control of it. Very nice. Big order there at $1. That got taken out. We got $1 ask. Dollar's just such a strong area. I'm just gonna wait and see. I'll take the extra couple of dollar loss if it can't hold a dollar. NQ is pushing over 11. Well, no, it's still over 11.8, but still not hardly moving. Okay. No what? I have no money to expand. Oh, who cares? Who cares what money I have? What does that matter? Like, I don't care. It doesn't make it like. What does that prove? Like, knowing how much money I have right now. I mean, what? Like, what is your point, Daniel B? I'm waiting for an actual point out of this. Like, how is this helpful to anybody? Again, I'm going to be waiting all day on another simple question for the 80th time today from these two trolls who can't even hold their own stuff in a simple. It's not even a debate. They can't even answer questions. They can ask me millions of questions, but they can't answer one question. All right. Oh my goodness. Let me get a nice stretch in here. Oh yeah, there we go. A little bit, one of those. Yeah, a little big papa pump. Scott Steiner, you know what I'm talking about. Look at this, getting bought right back up to that 105. That's why I didn't want to jump out yet. Dollar is always very strong support. But if you haven't yet, go join the Framework Fortune Discord. Let me grab the link for you real quick. It is free, and you can talk to everybody, have all types of discussions, and we got everything from stock market down to PTE gaming in the blockchain crypto in the Discord. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on there. All the things that are in the works right now. Well, I haven't been quite streaming as much. Because I have been working on a whole lot of different things. Never copy. Bam. Alright, there's the Discord link for you guys, and I will let you know how this trade turns out, as it's still pretty sketchy, but I do got to get... Oh, God, I got a meeting in 20 minutes, I just realized. Alright, guys, I got to go. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Like I said, if you haven't yet, hit the Discord. Also, go check out HH Trader's channel if you haven't yet. And soon we have another trader starting videos, being a part of the Framework Fortune Network, his own YouTube channel, Reliable Rudy. He will be putting out his first video soon, and we'll get him on the channel here so I can grill him like I do anybody else who comes on the streams or comes on the channel. There you go, nice. Stonks and Chomps with the link to H&H Trader. But yeah, a lot of stuff happening this year for the whole Framework Fortune Network and everybody in it. So you guys just continue to be patient. We appreciate it. And soon we'll start rolling out all types of things. And then Daniel B will have nothing else left to say. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there.